Yeah, you look like an extra from Uncut Gems.
You do.
Mike didn't get me that gig. I'm pissed off.
Yeah.
Fuck.
I'd be pissed.
You got to call Zamook first thing tomorrow morning.
Yeah.
And give him a backhand. How come I'm not in Uncut Gems?
Yeah.
What's going on?
Nothing much. Flew in from Chicago. Fucking great weekend there, you know. Early show on Saturday. One audience member punched another, which is always good. It means they're passionate. They're excited. Yeah, but, you know, Zany's downtown Chicago is dark. You can't see what's going on. So I did a joke, and but a joke usually does really well. Nobody's laughing. And I'm hearing little skirmishes in the crowd. I said, what the fuck happened? Did I do the wrong thing? A guy and another guy, for whatever reason, I don't know how it happened. Maybe somebody was interrupting somebody. He just fucking clocked them. And then him and his chick got up, and the guy who did it, him and his chick got up and got out of there. The manager had to get involved. So I just kind of plowed through with the set.
That's tremendous.
That's what it is. That's comedy.
I have a hard time with Zany's downtown.
Yeah, you don't like it.
No, not that I don't like it. I
Yeah.
love the club. It's they don't like me. There's just some
Yeah.
clubs you're gonna go to over
Yeah.
the years.
Oh, yeah.
Where I don't know if it's psychologically
Yeah.
or something. While you're on stage, you don't have a good time, and they don't seem to have a good time. I
Yeah.
remember there used to be a club in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. They didn't laugh,
Right.
but after the club, they all came up to you and hugged you and told you it
Yeah.
was great.
Yeah.
I never felt anything like that in my life.
Right.
There's different clubs. You know, Irvine Improv, I love the club. They just don't love me.
Right.
I could do Irvine. I feel like I'm losing them with every fucking joke.
Well, yeah.
Brea, I love Brea. Ontario, you can light yourself on
So
fire.
yeah. I
don't
feel
give
that
a
way
fuck.
about like the Northeast. I love the store, but I feel like I am like designed for the Northeast and for the Midwest a little bit. When I get out here West Coast, people are a little bit more relaxed. They're a little bit more laid back. I'm a little darker, a little bit more aggressive. I feel like they're kind of like, what's going on? You know? See, you know, these beach towns, everybody's doing good. They're surfing all day. They come in. I'm screaming about, you know, Disney, you know, raping your kids or whatever I'm talking about. They don't get that, you know?
What about the South? How they doing in the South?
I have not been to the South a lot. I taped a Netflix thing years ago in Atlanta, which was good. I mean, I haven't been to the South a lot. I did some stuff in New Orleans, which is fun. I think this year I'm going to be in the South more than I've ever been.
How long have you been doing comedy?
About
for?
10 years.
10 years.
About 10 years. To 2010, late 2010.
When I was like doing comedy, I discovered the South like in 2001.
Yeah.
And I pretty much scared the shit out of them. That's when
Right.
Creative Entertainment, a.k.a. Charlotte,
Yeah.
Comedy
I don't love
Zone.
Charlotte.
Comedy Zones,
Yeah, I just did Charlotte. Okay.
had a string of one-nighters.
Right.
They were triple runs, only they
Yeah.
paid $100 more.
Right.
Still dark rooms, and I remember going on them and eating shit every night.
Yeah.
From fucking Tennessee to West Virginia. And
Right.
then I remember going to Zany's first time and opening for Stanhope. Had to be 2001. And going up there and having them for 7 minutes and then losing them. for
Yeah.
20.
Chicago or Nashville?
Nashville. And then watching Stanhope go up and he'd hold them for 14.
Right.
And then they'd realize, what are we laughing at? We're Christians.
Right.
And so I said, you know what? And I ate dick in Nashville. I ate dick in Atlanta. I remember waiting all fucking day to do a guest set at Charlotte. Little did I know it was Black Night.
Right.
I walk in there, it's fucking Little Africa. I walk in there to do a guest spot. They look at me like, nah.
Yeah.
I waited all fucking day at the call. You know, this is when you
Yeah.
don't have no money.
Right.
This is when you got to sit at this is when you have to sit at Starbucks
Yeah,
all
and
day
wait.
and fucking take a sip every hour on
Yeah.
the hour. You got to sit there and dehydrate because God forbid you finish that coffee.
Yeah.
You got to milk that coffee for 8
Yeah.
hours.
Yeah.
You got to fucking steal a tuna sandwich from the hotel before
Right.
you leave and shit. And now you got to wait because you're going to have enough money just to get the cab. The cab's 82 from the fucking, because the airport's never close to the comedy club when you're
Yeah.
broke.
It's funny. It's like being a drug addict, being a comedian. It's like very
the same
similar.
fucking-
It's the same thing.
same thing in the
It's the same. You live the same way.
You live to just accommodate that.
Right. Just
thing.
to subsist. You live.
So
Yeah.
once I went to Atlanta, I was done. It was like I was too much of a New Yorker. And then I went to Jacksonville. Oh, Nelly.
Yeah.
I covered, Jimmy Schubert had to cancel.
Okay.
And I probably had 35, and that's if I tap danced and pulled the whistle out.
Right.
That's if I pulled the whistle out and tap danced. All right? Seriously. You know, like, I was living in Seattle. I had 30. When I left Seattle, I had 18 because I left 12.
You left
I
a
had
lot.
local jokes.
Right.
So
Of
they
course.
disappeared.
They go.
Boom. So I came down here with 18.
What's great is when you see people trying to do local jokes.
Oh, and they forget the first time. They'll try to do like a Boston joke, and you watch them, and they like die.
New York comedians do subway bits in Iowa. People stare at them like, what are you doing?
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
I saw a kid once in San Diego that I saw in Boston. I was friends with him in Boston at the fucking comedy club. We do the open mics whenever I was in Boston. He had a bit about the guys on the radio getting drunk, Tommy Heinsohn, and drinking Budweiser, and that, you know, it was just a brilliant bit if you lived in Boston.
Right.
Every time he did it, if you had to follow him, you were going to die.
Yeah.
It was an 8-minute bit about, you know, this fucking two guys, you know, he hit the backboard like a brick.
Right.
Speaking of bricks, how about a toast for the king of beers? Budweiser and all that. Just fucking constant. And I never forget seeing him. I saw 2 people do that. One was this kid in Boston do that same joke in La Jolla. And at the 3-minute mark, he realized where the fuck he was and why he was dying the death of his life.
It's great.
And you could see it in his face.
It's the best
and
thing
I'm
to
going to tell you
watch.
who else I saw this happen to. When I first met him, circa 2002, Sam Tripoli.
Oh, wow.
Sam Tripoli, when I first met Sam, he was opening up for Pablo, and he was doing a whole bit about ecstasy or some drugs or some shit. And I'll never forget that one night, Mitzi sometimes passed you, but in the beginning, she didn't know where to put you. Like, I remember she used to put Stanhope up at 9 o'clock on Saturday. And fucking 2 chicks had to follow him.
Yeah.
And I remember one time he had to follow this lesbian chick with the fucking whole hairdo. And I was in there. And it was like an 8 o'clock comedy. Listen, 20 years ago, the 8 o'clock show was the mild show. The 10 o'clock show was a little bit more risque.
Little looser.
Everybody knew that. That was the term. You ate dick for the first show. And some people flipped it. Some people hate Friday late. We're going in like fucking Marines. You understand me?
Welcome to church, motherfucker.